What was the rest of Lucy Gray's life like? How did Lucy hide from the mayor? In a previous video, I argued that Lucy Gray survived Snow's attack. Lucy would have had many constraints on her voice and how she could live, and she stated in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes that she would find it torturous to have the government controlling her voice. She would have lived as the muted, caged bird she had sympathized with earlier, because Snow was rising to power, and he would not want to find her alive. And there was the mayor, who also wanted her dead. How would she hide? First, let's remember that the Covey named themselves after songs and colors. Music and creativity were what they lived for and needed to survive, especially when they traveled around Panem, hence why they named themselves for ballads and colors. But as Panem grew bleaker, poorer, and more desperate as time went on, and food was hard to come by, edible plants were what they needed. Katniss and Primrose are both plants, and remember, Katniss's father had told her, as long as you can find yourself, you'll never starve. So Lucy Gray probably changed her name to something resembling plants. The peacekeepers loved her voice and her entertainment, and they could have protected her from the mayor and hid her presence from him. She would have had to keep her performances discreet until the mayor died or moved on, but it could have been done. Perhaps peacekeepers allowed Lucy to stay in that house in Victor's Village, as I argued in a previous video, and she would have lived there under a pseudonym, perhaps a plant-based alias, and never told the mayor she was there. Or maybe she kept her name and laid low, but future generations of Covey were named after plants. Instead of getting shipments from the capital that Victor's would receive, she relied on donations from others. But that's just what I think. What do you wonderful people think happened to Lucy Gray? Could she have stayed in District 12 and avoided the powerful people who wanted her dead? Let me know in the comments. As always, keep weaving the threads of your stories.